two individuals can come together and create something together.
Yes,
And
yes.
yeah,
Through the use of visualization.
yes,
So I always like to use the analogy, everything that's created in this world was through visualization. I
yes,
mean, everything. Like we like to think of things like large buildings, bridges,
mhm,
large monuments. Obviously, someone saw this vision, created
right,
blueprints,
mhm,
and then boom, we now have bridges and highways and houses and buildings.
mhm.
But it doesn't stop there,
No,
right?
no,
Everything that is created, a movement or a cause, somebody had a dream that we were,
yeah,
hey, Martin Luther King had a dream. It started with a vision. And,
yeah,
so, and large and small things are all created through visualization. So
yeah.
the power of visualization is just phenomenal. So why don't we apply it to relationships?
I think we're so used to seeing things in a certain light. Relationships. I think we as a society have evolved into
Mm-hmm.
settling for what is quote unquote the norm.
Right.
And unfortunately, the norm.
Hey,
Hey,
Tanya,
Tanya.
the
Hey, Tanya.
nightlife. Woo!
Um, Unfortunately, the norm has it's tainted a little bit. I think not really tainted. No, I don't want to say that. I want to say that just like a building, like you mentioned, okay, I'll give it the positive. Just like a building was built piece by piece by piece,
Mm-hmm.
and relationships are built piece by piece by piece.
Mm-hmm.
There are some buildings that look beautiful, and there's some buildings that look hideous.
And some buildings aren't structurally sound.
And then some fall down, and some are still standing in the roughest earthquake.
Yeah.
And so it just depends on how it's built and how it's structured and what's put into it, what pieces are added to it so that it stands.
Yeah. And a lot of that started with the planning and the blueprint and the visualization.
Yes. Yes. You don't just get a team of people together and say, okay, let's put this building up right here. Let's just put that piece, that piece. No, it's
Yeah.
very well thought
And
out.
it's intentional.
It's intentional. Some one person sat up and visualized in their mind what the building will look like
Mm-hmm.
and the size and what will be the purpose of it and the functionality and all the bells and whistles. Someone visualized that.
Now, so how do you bring that back to
To
relationships?
relationship, okay, because I was going off on a tangent.
No,
Okay,
I want you to
so
bring it back there. Yeah.
relationships, the visualization, I'll say for me, okay, for me, um, visualizing the marriage that I wanted,
Mm.
I started thinking about that when I was a young boy, believe it or
Yes.
not.
Hey, beauty lover.
Hey, beauty
Mwah.
lover.
I've got my shine gloss on.
She has it on. I don't. At least not yet. Maybe after a kiss after this video here. Okay, so when I was a young boy, um, I always thought about having this relationship where I can just really be 100% connected with another person.
Ladybug.
Hey,
Hi, Ladybug. Woo! Ladybug's in the house.
everybody's showing up. Okay,
Yes.
right.
So you
Um,
visualize what you wanted from your marriage
yes,
when you were a young kid.
yes. I literally thought about not totally just visualizing, but
Feeling of
the
what it would feel
feeling
like.
of being 100% being myself, being accepted as myself, and being able to just like really connect with my wife.
Yes.
And that is the vision that I had. I probably was 6 or 7, somewhere around there.
And what we didn't realize is at that point, you were really putting out energy about what you wanted.
Yes.
And
Hmm.
what we're sharing, guys, is how visualization is so powerful. And we use it for everyday things that we don't even think about.
Right.
Building buildings, building roads, building highways, monuments,
Yeah.
starting movements. Huge movements started through visualization. I was even saying, look at Martin Luther King. He said, I have a dream. So he had a vision of folks being able to work cohesively with each other and people not being judged by the color of their skin. So all of those things got created through visualization. And what we were sharing is, what if we use this to be the building blocks for building a relationship?
Right.
To start visualizing, what do you want from your marriage, your relationship? And not visualizing so much what the other person, I want to see them doing, but visualizing yourself. Yeah. How do you see yourself in the relationship? Yeah. How do you see yourself flowing?
It's understanding where your thoughts and ideas come from. I can't exactly say where mine came from. I mean, I understand, conceptually that we get ideas from our environment, right? Or contrast to our environment.
Right. You go, I know I don't want that.
Right. So sometimes it's really a contrast. And I just knew that it would just be a wonderful thing to experience having someone that I could just really be myself,
be comfortable with,
yeah.
Loving, and just
and
be yourself.
Just be myself. I didn't know who that person was or who she was going to be or what your name would be.
Right.
Or what you would look like.
Right.
I just knew how I would feel being with you.
Yes. And feeling is so important when you come to visualization. It's like it's a new job that you're dreaming about having. It's that feeling you get really about how that new job is going to flow, how that new pay is going to feel coming in, that new check or that new business that you want to start. So relationships, it's the same way. It's work. We are 13 years in and we still do visualization. We still dream about what it's going to look like going on vacation. What is it going to look like for our whole family to get together? Like, you can't get relaxed and complacent when it comes to your relationship.
Right. And to say that is work does not mean, I don't see it as a laborsome thing.
It's an effort, right?
It requires effort. It requires prioritizing.
Yes.
Because
where's my bell? Ding, ding, ding.
Because the effort it takes to visualize more great experiences with you, that's not labor, that's a desired thing to do.
But you're making it a priority.
To make it a priority, and that is individual priorities and joint our priorities together. When we spend time together talking about things, visualizing things, and having discussions.
So this step one we're talking about is visualizing future experiences. So let's share with them this time where we were, what were we doing when we started dreaming about going to Africa? We took an ancestry DNA test.
Yes, we did. Yeah.
All right, let's see what Tanya said. I always imagine a dream that my marriage would be like my parents. Yes. They stayed together until the end. They both passed separately. They never remarried. They were like a pair of lovebirds. Yes. That's right. That's where it starts. It starts with really just having good thoughts and good memories about what it is that you want, and never let go of that. Like,